Pwah, 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 pwah. Testes. Testes. 1, 2, 3. So it both does and doesn't look like I'm still streaming. I don't know what the hell is going on here. So I guess I'm just... Okay. I don't know what CPT means, but thank you for letting me know that the fish tank was in view. I'm currently checking to see if the old witness stream is up. Huh, the old one is still up. Just for no fucking reason. Now this is the second time where I was kind of rocking out on a guitar. And the audience was expressing their enjoyment. And then the internet just fucked up. Cox has no idea what the hell's on, the internet service people. They gotta send a tech out, work on the lines and shit. I think probably installing a fucking proxy beacon just because the fucking Russians hacked me so much. That would have been smart 3 years ago when I told you to. Would have just made me seem like I'm broadcasting from Singapore. Might save you a world of shit. But, you know, they would probably have to hire Russians to pull something like that off, so. Ukrainians? Yeah, they could probably hire some Ukrainians. Maybe some Mongolian hamsters. You didn't know Mongolian hamsters could hack? Hamsters they can hack. Or, according to Mongolian hackers, they're hamsters? If that doesn't sound fucking silly, I don't know what possibly could. The fuck is this guy talking about? Mongolian hamsters? I don't know. I don't know. But I found them. And I didn't know my eyebrows could raise that far. My eyebrows just like detached from my head and became a halo. They were fucking raised so far from the sheer amazement that this is a thing. Hackers calling themselves the mighty hamsters of doom. And not just any hackers. Oh. Mongolian hacker hamsters. I love these guys. I want to be these guys' friends. Like, I don't care what kind of evil they're up to. They're just too fucking cool and hilarious to not be just fun people. Like, it'd be nice if they stopped, you know, helping a bunch of greedy fucks destroy the world, but, you know, I guess they thought it would be ironic because they're hipsters. I don't know. So anyways, this is not how shit's supposed to work. You know. Then again, that's not how my camera's supposed to work either. But they hacked the fucking video drivers on my phone, so. C'est la vie. You see, I have been sort of a master of determining the differences between hardware glitches and software glitches since the mid-90s. So, when I say my fucking video drivers are hacked, it's because my video drivers are hacked. And to that end, I think it's very interesting how after my internet service went out earlier, I still had viewers. And I don't just mean people still able to chat on the stream. That was just not working anymore. I turned my internet off and it went down to 0 viewers, much like it says now, 0 viewers. Turned my internet back on, internet wasn't connecting, broadcast wasn't reconnecting, but the viewers went back up. And now, who is this new person? Have you been around here before? I don't recognize the screen name. But I appreciate you letting me know that the broadcast was actually working. I want to say your screen name looks familiar, but whoever the hell you are, you're not showing up as a viewer right now. It still says 0 viewers on my end. But I am on at a weird time of day, so I suppose I could be catching some locals before their bedtimes. Yeah, I've been seeing my views get deleted in real time. Been seeing entire days worth of views just go away, like nobody viewed my channel for an entire day. And let me tell you, YouTube has just become so fucking full of shit, man. I mean, it was full of shit before, but it's kind of offensive how it pretended to be something just to fool people into believing that it had real, you know, truth seekers and tellers out on there. But now, instead of fixing it, instead of weeding out the bullshitters so that the real truth tellers and seekers can have their fucking debate and figure shit out and have a community discussion, everybody's fucking shadow banned. And we're all just barking in the wind. The only people that have been viewing this channel have been viewing it for a long time, man. And it's amazing to me All the Ukrainians that just disappeared. You know, it's almost as if it was just a big fucking fake fluffing of an account just to get somebody with potential to waste their fucking time on something. Yeah, let's let this guy cluck in the wind while nobody's watching. We'll make him think people were watching, so he'll waste all his fucking time doing it. Now I gotta keep my voice down a little bit so my wife can go to sleep. Still says 0 people are watching. Mr. Johnny Feathers, are you still with us? Is that one of the crows that was like singing to Dumbo? Have you been done seen about everything if you saw an elephant fly? That should be like the lead singer's name, isn't it? Johnny Feathers. Well, I've been done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly. I don't get this shit. The streamer stopped streaming, the video is interrupted. Mr. Johnny Feathers has left the building. Looks like my past year has been capped at 96 views. Before that, I got a couple thousand views, 12,000 views. There's my last decently viewed video. It was 10 months ago. 10,000 views. Search results depending on content. Innocuous tags allowed. Certain content restricted, censored, silenced, disabled. Is she gonna do with that what it looks like she's gonna do with that? Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that there, but yeah. So it seems like I can stream, I just can't be viewed by any of the regulars. So I guess I'll just wait around and see if the regulars show up after a while. In the meantime, so I'll put it back on the fish tanks. I seen a horse fly. I seen a house fly. I seen a dragon fly. But I've been unseen about everything. Oi, oi, oi. Maybe I'll get my guitar back out. Maybe they'll shut the internet down again. Oh no, stop the internet talented for us to keep censoring. The algorithm's going crazy. So how's the weather out there in California? Is it everything I promised it would be? Just wait. I'm only getting started. There's a whole other world I live in, and things are going quite well there, so I can only complain so much about how this one is. As above, not necessarily below. James, what's up, mate? So it is an actual broadcast. has pretty much been an uneventful day. Other than the looming shadow of war thing, you know. And you know, this Virginia governor, something tells me his own fucking people released the damn photo. Because otherwise we'd be spending the entire weekend discussing what a disastrous foreign policy Trump has. We're now no longer in the era of the fucking era. The era. An era just ended. Era. You know? An era. You know, like an era? Yeah, fucking era has ended. The era of at least attempting to keep nuclear arms under control. The era, the whole fucking, you know, the whole general big time frame in which we thought nuclear weapons were bad, Trump went and fucked that all up. Us getting out of that treaty, people don't seem to know what it means, what that treaty is, what it says, why that treaty was signed, you know, like what it does. It's a non-proliferation treaty. That means there is now a new nuclear arms race. It is now open season on who can fucking destroy the world best. So once again, great job, trolls. Great job, suppressors. Great job, all you fucking people who thought you knew better than me. Who thought the world doesn't need exactly me exactly now. Don't worry, James. We like the difficulty on high. Just remember, my friend. You know, by now, at the very least, we should have about 5,000 people in here. And it could, at this point, still grow slowly enough. Suddenly, but slowly enough. To where things could actually work. If Google would just stop suppressing the fucking broadcast. They canceled the fucking GoDaddy app. I made a website, and then they told me I couldn't manage it. I even told them that the reason I went with them, you know, because I like to be appreciative of people. But apparently I squeezed my head one too many fucking times. Apparently pulling my goddamn string was unnecessary at this particular juncture. Because I had to go and tell them, I love your company so much for having a mobile app. It's the only reason I'm able to make this website. Thank you so much. Good job, guys. Whatever, you know. Just trying to give somebody a good day at work. Just trying to make somebody feel nice for a moment. That's all. That's all. And I'm the type of person that fucking does that, man. I go through a grocery store or I go up to a counter where everybody's looking fucking pissed and be like, "Y'all having fun yet?" And I get them. I get them every fucking time, too. That's my favorite line, especially late at night at a convenience store. Somebody just bored as fuck, dying to go home. Having fun yet? No, not yet. I'll be having fun when I get the hell out of here. Then they get to know me. You know, I live in a small town, so I see the same fucking people at the store every time I go. Having fun yet? Not yet. About 20 minutes. You having fun yet? Nah, you got one rolled? Why, yes, I do. And I need just like some fucking assistance. And I don't mean like financial assistance. I mean like I need assistance to delegate things to. You know, my whole life I've been like meeting people and cataloging them and finding strengths and potential. And you know, I've went to a bunch of different schools and I've got a lot of different people to choose from as far as delegating responsibilities. But I really think that the way forward for America is an economic revolution. There's already been hints of this, okay? With 3D printing, the rise of different little cottage industries, even in Europe, you know. But there's been waves of deliberate efforts to stifle it because of its potential. And Google played a big fucking part of that, haven't they? But the way forward is to reestablish American communities from the ground up. You know, there's no modern equivalent of Boy Scouts that doesn't have some fucking connotation to it, you know? You just can't have organizations without people going in there to be fucked up just to get caught. And you know, I can see every institution having its problem childs and shit. Having its bad apples. But as a former criminal myself, I just must say, it's not that fucking hard not to get caught. Maybe these people are just choosing vastly different crimes that I don't understand, granted, but yeah, at least stealing is stealing. Don't fucking steal if you're gonna get caught. How you get caught stealing? It's fucking stupid. Fucking wrong. I just think it's suspicious how certain institutions that are basically meant to enhance the moral fiber of men, okay, meant to enhance the moral fiber of society, have these people that go in and do fucked up shit almost like they want to get caught. I guess maybe I just have too much belief in institutions and just have a problem fathoming a situation in which people wouldn't be like, no, you can't do that. Or they're doing some shit that they'd never get caught. You know, I mean, there's the exceptions and all. But I almost think there's more people getting framed than there are exceptions. You got people meant to take falls on purpose to cause a stir. That's the majority of it. Then you've got people getting framed. And then you've got the actual crooked fucks. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Oh. Why is it so hard to microwave cold coffee and get it to fucking be right? Just ass. Just like so close yet no cigar. I microwaved it before I put the sugar and the milk in. That's a must. I tried to put just a little bit too much sugar. I wound up putting too much sugar. At least it's salvageable if I want to make some fucking espresso. But I don't feel like making espresso. Try to sip it down a little more. So anyway, we need to start from the education system on up in this country. Teach about pride. Teach about ethics. But first and foremost, we need to stop teaching our children to be ashamed of their own country. I repeat, we need to stop teaching our children to be ashamed of their own country. We didn't invent slavery. We sure as hell weren't the last ones to abolish it. And we've convoluted Christianity with slavery when Christians didn't take slaves. But it's Islamophobic or anti-Semitic to point out who does or did and does. See, the Christians can justify slavery because the Jews say it's okay. That's just weird. But anytime you have to look to the Old Testament so you can feel comfortable ignoring what you know Christ would smack the shit out of you for, Just stop calling yourself a Christian. Because you're a hypocrite. You got to go to the words of Paul or Peter. You got to go to the words of Moses or David to contradict the words of Christ. You're not a Christian. You're a Peterson, a Paulson, a Mosesian, Davidson. But not a Christian. Don't call yourself a Christian. You're just being a dumb hypocrite. I'm a Christian, but I've got reasons that I think I know better than the person I claim to follow, who is God incarnate. But I think I know better. He says one thing, but the ancient Jews, they back me up on this, so that's all I need to know, so I can, avoid paying taxes or be racist or hate gay people. Oh, that someone calling themselves a Christian would have a basic understanding of why Christ came. It was to establish a new covenant in order to fulfill the old covenant. The old covenant was, if you do these things, I will protect you, because you will have protected yourselves. It was a matter of these things being hard, these things being difficult, these things being very extreme, under very extreme circumstances. And if they did those things, they would be led to the promised land. And there, a new prophecy would be given. That prophecy was the prophecy of Emmanuel. And the fulfillment of that covenant came in the form of the Messiah. In fact, according to ancient Hebrews, it came in the form of many messiahs who reformed the law. Much like bigots claim the Muslims to be incapable of reforming their own laws. But while I can say that theirs is corrupt from the foundation, and I think I have the right to make an argument without spreading hatred, the Jews is one of a culture that needed to be preserved so that monotheistic faith itself could be preserved, so that the connection between God and man could be preserved. And if you don't believe in God, you don't have the right to make me answer to your lack of belief in a country that has freedom of religion and freedom from religious persecution. The fact of the matter is the people who do believe in God in this country have a right to be taught about their connection to that history. They have a right to know who the Templars really were. They have the right to know who the Christians of St. John really were. They have a right to know that the British royals were not delusional. And to say as much, to say that divine rule was some sort of fantasy, is to persecute a faith. And by doing so, they have rewritten it. They've rewritten history. That's what the Founding Fathers were afraid of. Divine rule was established by the children of John and Mary. There was a brother of sorts. And I suppose it's easier to write down that he was just a brother. Because, well, Jesus isn't allowed to have lady drama. But, you know, shit happens. If there's any lessons left for me, it's the lessons of getting over it. You know, like getting over the fact that there's 0 people watching right now. That's what it says. I got to install a pump. Apparently it doesn't come with the same thing it used to. Good thing I already have one. That would have fucked my whole plan up. Thanks to Joey's Amazon account. I'll put that in when I get the kids on the bus. Doesn't feel like it's only 11 o'clock. Kind of bizarre. It's been a boring fucking day though, I guess. But anyways. So from schools, realizing that, you know, having your head up your ass and being propagandists and making America out to be the great place that it actually is are 2 different things. And you got to be careful not to put your, you know, have your head up your ass and become some sort of a fucking right-wing propagandist. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about professing the strength of Western civilization as its liberal values, as its, you know, just ability to build communities. Watch Babylon 5. Okay? If you really want to learn what the hell you're missing about your own country, what makes it great, watch Babylon 5 and learn from a sort of a space scenario what it's like to be a colony without representation, and to harness the better natures of man to actually build a better world. And, you know, that's what America's about, and that's what we need to make sure our kids understand, no matter if they go to public school, private school, whatever. Every small town needs to have a place where nerds can get together. Not on their phones, not on Snapchat or the Googles or whatever. A coffee shop. Not a chain, a local place with open mic nights, poetry readings even. You may not have the money to have arts programs in every single school, but every small town, every municipality should have at least one safe place for people who are not on the football team or basketball team or track or whatever, and not fancy enough to be in Beta Club. Maybe their fucking parents are too busy, you know. Where they can go and make friends with other people who are smart. Because those friendships, okay, not only is this a way to encourage the artistic community on a more self-sustaining basis, okay, but by having people feeling a sense of connection to that community, and by having people develop those friendships while in school as they grow up in their teenage years, you encourage innovation in that city. You encourage those people who would be the ones to start businesses, not just inherit them from their daddies, to stick around, to make friends there, to network in town. They'd grow up knowing each other's skill sets. And you'd have more people being entrepreneurial, more people establishing those 3D printing, cottage industry type businesses. And one thing we might consider doing is taking like the Borders Books model and making sure that we keep public libraries funded in this country by doing this, by having, I mean, what better than a coffee shop library? Not a bookstore, a library. Hi. I forgot I was fucking streaming. Anyway. Ooh, look, coffee. Kinda. Yeah, so why is it we teach our children the way we do? Do we, the genocide will follow us here just for teaching our children that it even happened? Not forcing it down their throats, just that it happened. These are the people that believe this, and they were all killed. Before you go laughing at the concept of divine rule, you should remind them of that. And the modern houses of England and all of Europe are a mixture of watered down traitors, puppets, and imposters. But at least in England, you have an ordained steward. I don't know enough about the other royalties of Europe, but I know where I was headed 500 years ago. For the fucking land of the House of Dan to have all turned into the Communist Republic. Oh, jeez. I don't expect there to be anything I'd recognize. But some tourist attractions. And your boy was dead on about we need to get real about taxes, my friends. And that's another reason why we need to promote entrepreneurship, promote independent wealth. Independent wealth, independent fucking wealth. Okay, look. Do you know what the fucking bourgeoisie is? Like, does anybody know how to run a government anymore? Are you fucking kidding me, people? You see, independently wealthy entrepreneurs can pay a lot of fucking taxes, but they don't represent giant fucking corporation type wealth that can hide its money. See? You want lots and lots of rich people. You don't want a lot of really rich people. Because then, who the fuck are you going to tax? These people can escape paying their taxes, and these people can't afford to pay taxes. So it's not as simple as adjusting the tax rate and taxing the super wealthy. You can't tax the super wealthy. They're the super wealthy. They didn't get there by having to pay taxes. Think. What you need to do is get out of this mentality that the United States can survive as some sort of a service economy. That's idiotic. Okay? We need to promote independent land ownership based wealth. People need to be encouraged to own their own homes with workshops, with warehouses, with farms, little chicken coops, gardens. People need to be encouraged to be independently wealthy. And then we will have a strong middle tax that can pay a reasonable tax rate. And guess what? We'll have nice roads and shit again. It's not that fucking complicated. Does this... Do you understand the words that are coming out of my... Like, if you've heard the word bourgeoisie before, you're supposed to understand that entire concept. That entire concept is implied in oh, it hurts my brain. I have to bang my head on something now. Okay. How have people gotten this fucking stupid? This stupid. This stupid? Really? This stupid? Yeah, this stupid. I try to make it funny, to vent. Try to comfort myself. You know, you vent with the extreme just so you can come down from it, right? You say, oh, they're all completely fucking idiots. Ah. And then you listen to yourself and you're like, oh, I suppose a lot of them have been just misguided. Fucking morons. One of them songs that I write and then forget about? Yeah, probably one of them. Having some serious thumb crampage. Anyways, open for requests, anything I actually happen to know. Suppose the crap that I know is becoming more apparent by now. It's pretty diverse, but it's not necessarily what most people just play, you know. You know, like there's the standard guitar songs that people learn. I didn't do that because I played by ear mostly. Like, the one song anybody ever taught me how to play, or maybe two, was Hey Joe, and I kind of briefly got showed pick that up by watching. And then Eric Clapton, can't even think of names of songs right now. Tears in Heaven, yeah, Tears in Heaven. Anyways, it's kind of fucked up that all that good performing earlier is just caught in limbo because my internet got nuked. You know, like I have like low energy periods where I'm still doing okay as far as playing goes. And then there's like right now where I just got no mojo whatsoever. Then there's a rare occasions when I'm actually really in the mood to fucking be musical and shit. But I know at least earlier I was doing okay. And I had to go and fuck it up. Can I stream yet? Stream is coming up. But is the old one still up? It says, can I stream yet? Twice now. So are they merged? Huh. I think it's been fixed. Fixed. Nope, Frozen stream is still up. And Can I Stream Yet is just up twice. Nice. I haven't seen many site uploaders today. All about the top stories. But no site uploaders. Like today be the, this would be the weekend where I'd want to see the random shit that the news stories were talking about. But today just happens to be the day that I can't see it. Okay. Makes perfect sense. Oh, and look, I've lost another 10 subscribers. 10 subscribers that were only there to fucking put me in a box to begin with. What, you think I didn't know that was the case all along? Think you're fucking with? These YouTube trolls, these Sentinel agents. They're the ones who have been padding all kinds of subscriptions for all kinds of people. It's how they control them. And for me, oh man, they gotta at least try to keep me a little bit motivated to be on here, don't they? Well, don't always believe what you see on fake TV. In fact, I've said it many times. Many times. The suppression of this channel is completely counterintuitive. The point of this channel is not to fight. It's to give you a chance to redeem yourselves. If I sought your annihilation, it would be a thing of the past. All I would have had to have done is allow it to happen. Oh yeah, by the way, you're welcome. Oh. Gave my dog a really thorough bath tonight. Fucking kids were arguing about it. So I just got in there and did it myself. And let's just say the quality control needed to be addressed. So I gave a very thorough lesson on how to do it while I was doing it. Oh. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on with the stream. I would expect a decent fucking gathering of people tonight. There's been people in the chats wondering what the fuck's going on. Trying to chat on the other stream. And I figured more of them would have made it in here by now. But I guess for now, I'm going to call this a broadcast. And save the rest of my preaching for later. So, I guess I'll get a little nap or something. And be productive. Catch up on sleep. Take it easy, don't take